Hi guys, recently I made these gorgeous wild garlic and cheddar scones and they were just delicious. This is Donald's Scones recipe, and the reason I poked it out was because my garden at the moment is absolutely teeming with this wild garlic. Specifically 3-cornered garlic. It's all over the place now, although it is coming to the end of the season, but next year I'll be like a human lawnmower. I made these scones to go with my 50 cloves of garlic soup, and even though we were all pretty smelly by the end of it, it was so delicious. A really nice lunch. I started off with 100 grams of wild garlic and added them to a food processor to blitz up finely. Just the flat leaves though, not the kind of triangular shaped flower stems. Once it's all chopped nice and fine, add it to a big mixing bowl. Now add 500 grams of self-raising flour to your food processor. Don't bother to clean it first. And add 120 grams of chilled butter that's been cubed. Add a teaspoon of baking powder and blitz up until it's all nice and crumbly. Just like that. Then add it to your mixing bowl with the wild garlic. Next, take some good, strong, sharp, preferably Irish cheddar and grate about 125 grams of it. Of course, it doesn't necessarily have to be Irish cheddar, though Irish dairy is pretty world class. It's one small benefit to the amount of rain we get. Now add most, but not all of that cheddar to your flour and garlic. Hold a little back for garnishing later. Next, take a large jug with 250 milliliters of milk and add 2 eggs to it. Now, I should probably say that Donald's Scones recipe says that 1 teaspoon of English mustard powder should be added to the dry ingredients, but I didn't have any in the house, so instead I'm adding 2 teaspoons of English mustard to the wet ingredients and mixing them all up. I guess I figured that the mustard powder was going to be a lot more concentrated than the mustard condiment, so I just added double the quantity. And it worked out really nice, really subtle, tasted lovely. Now mix that cheese into the flour with a fork and then make a little well in the centre to pour in your wet ingredients, your milk, egg and mustard. Hold a little drop back though to brush the scones once they're on the baking tray. This will give it a really nice glaze. Mix all the ingredients together, first with a fork before you move on to your hands to bring it all together. Now lightly flour your work surface before you turn out the dough and give the top of it a little dusting of flour as well before you roll it out so that it's about 1 inch thick. Next, take a cookie cutter that's been dipped in flour and just start cutting out your scones. Cut out as many as will fit from the first go and then clump all the dough together, roll it out so it's 1 inch thick and start cutting more. Repeat that until all your dough is used up, then transfer your scones to a large baking sheet. Next, brush them all with that little bit of remaining beaten egg. This will give them all a really nice colour and a little bit of gloss. After that, you're going to take the remaining little bit of cheddar and sprinkle it over all the scones. Now, for a final little flourish, you're going to take those wild garlic flowers from earlier and ornate each scone with a little tiny bunch of them. Now transfer to quite a hot oven, 220 degrees Celsius, and leave them there for 12 to 14 minutes. Then, after a quick clean up, take them out and transfer them to a wire rack to cool a little. Not completely though, because you want them to be still hot when you spread your butter on them. These really were so delicious and garlicky and totally different to what you would expect. And I love seeing the green flecked through them too, and they did work really well with that delicious garlic soup. The recipe for which I'll give you in the description below. Thanks a million for watching guys. I hope you enjoyed the video as much as I enjoyed making it and eating these scones. If you did, hit the like button below and subscribe to my YouTube channel for up-to-the-minute recipes as soon as they are uploaded. I'd love it if you let me know how you got on. If you tried this recipe, you can contact me on social media. All the links to my accounts are in the description. I'll also add the link to that garlic soup, which was just so delicious. And you'll also find the link to my blog where you'll find the full recipe for these scones at www.rookiecook.org.